brother.
After a many-month hiatus, we're back with the AIDAN ACHONG experience. A new vision, a new way, a new era. We're having some fun. I'm like Triple H. Get the glasses, turn them down, and be like, hey, guys, yeah, it's a new era. We're here. We're back. And on today's episode of the AIDAN ACHONG experience, we're going to talk some wrestling, football, a little bit of other stuff, and hear more about my friend Wells Mania joining us once again on the pod. How's it going, Wells?
Aiden, it is always a privilege to speak with you. I haven't had a chance to be on your show in a long time, but the champ is here. Congratulations on winning the Royal Fumble Fantasy Football League.
Speaking of the Royal Fumble, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to make a segment about it later, but if he's going to bring it on, we're just going to...
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at this World Royal Fumble Champion. I still got to figure out how to get a nameplate for this, because like AIDAN ACHONG would look really nice here. But
that trophy looks good on you. I didn't want to ship it.
It looks good on me.
But if I was going to ship it to somebody, better you than Alan Owens, for being real.
Absolutely. We're going to put this next to my dog. Mello here, okay. Well, yeah, today we are joined by Wells Mania. Going to have some fun talking about wrestling, football, a little bit of other stuff. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. And straight off the bat, Wells, it's Royal Rumble week. So I'm going to ask you right off the bat, who are your Royal Rumble picks and who do you got winning the Royal Rumble for both men and the women? All roads lead to the Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
That's my Triple H impression for you. So, Aiden, I feel like this year's Royal Rumble is hard to pick a winner. I know in the past, it's been kind of very easy to pick someone, but when it comes to the men's Rumble, there are so many names that can win this thing. Cody Rhodes has got to be a favorite to win it all and become only the second superstar to win the Rumble 3 times, joining Stone Cold Steve Austin. But Cody Rhodes is what? Stone Cold. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes is not my pick to win. But my pick to win as of right now is, acknowledge me, Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Will win the men's Royal Rumble. And as far as the women's Royal Rumble goes, I just feel like this is Liv Morgan's year to finally 100%. Do it. I mean, she's finished twice in second place. So I feel like this is her year to finally win the women's Royal Rumble. So those are my picks as of right now. Roman Reigns.
I 100% agree with the Liv pick. Because the Liv pick, I feel like, is just a given. Like, I don't see any other case for another woman to win the Women Rumble. I just think it has to be Liv Morgan. And if it's not, like, I'm a little confused of where we go from there. Because, like, Raquel Ray has her title match. If they're going to give her the title, just have her win it. And the title match is already guaranteed. I don't see Charlotte Flair or Rhea Ripley winning this match. People say Bianca. I don't think she's healthy. From what I've seen that finger. If it's not 110%, I don't think she would even get back in the ring. I don't think it's worth having to be crippled for the rest of your life, especially with your hand over wrestling, especially when she's done so much already. I feel like she would want to get to 100%. So, and two, I just don't think she needs it. I mean, if Bianca were to come back, all she has to say is, I want to face Jade for the title. I have beef with you. That's it. There's no real hard-earned line to go for the title. There's nobody in line for the title at the moment because Road Dogg and Michael Hayes don't got a clue who to book for. So, I think Liv Morgan's the easy choice. Cue my Liv Morgan shirt, actually, which is really funny, but I just feel like it's the easy choice. Now for the men, I do not have Roman Reigns as my favorite. I have another superstar, and shout out to the LA Knight girl because I'm going with LA Knight. Yeah. No coincidence because it's Bree's favorite. Legitimately, I think LA Knight's going to win the Royal Rumble. I feel like it's been building for years. And I feel like this is the one time where it's like, all right, listen, all these years of holding him back, all these years of halting his momentum, you got to cash in right now. If you don't pull the trigger right now with LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I just don't know what the fuck he does. I don't know if he ever wins a championship. I don't know if he's ever given the shot because it's just like, damn, you've been pulling our strings. He should have won Money to Make last year. Made all the sense in the world. You didn't go that direction. You went with the Seth direction. And I think we're now in an era where it's like, all right, finally, let's give it to LA Knight. Let's have him face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Let's give him the WWE Championship and let's see where it goes. If it didn't work, 3-4 months down the line, we have to drop the title. And it's like, all right, we gave him a chance. It happened. He's now in our mid to lower main event scene. But I think it depends. I mean, Roman Reigns could win it. Like you said, Cody Rhodes could win it. People say Sami Zayn could win it. I sure as fuck hope Sami Zayn does not win the Royal Rumble. All respect to Sami Zayn. I just feel like, listen, if we're going to have him win the world title, do it next year in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania. That makes sense. I don't want to force him to have to win the Rumble because it's in Saudi, then to go to Vegas to be booed out of the building.
Yeah.
Respectfully, because I don't know how much of the crowd's going to be behind them, if you're asking me. Now, I think Sami Zayn's a likable guy, but it's been stale for a couple of years, and we need a new direction, a new kind of, area we're going into this angle at, instead of just, I'm the underdog, I've never won a world title. We have to find some kind of personal storyline that could help carry that. And a storyline I think you can do that with is maybe the Bloodline. I think you could run Jey Uso, maybe reclaiming that world title next year, and then Sami Zayn dethrones him at WrestleMania. Speaking of those two, I actually think that match happens this year's WrestleMania. I think we're going to get Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso in the Rumble, it's day one-ish, yeet this, yeet that. He wants to finally reclaim his gold. It's been a year-long, resurgence. He won the Rumble last year, won the title, lost the title, and it's been a little bit down since. He's the tag champs right now, but against the tag champions, not no world championship. So we're in the Rumble, right? Well, you follow me? We have him and Sami. They're in the match. Sami eliminates Jey. I think if we have that happen, Jey crashes out like we've never seen before, goes on the rampage, eliminates Sami, beats the life out of this man. And then we finally build a story going to WrestleMania. It's like, damn, I was your brother, I was your Uso, and now because you didn't have an opportunity, you turned on me. Beef. 1, 2, 3.
I don't mind it at all because Sami Zayn to me is boring. I am not a Sami Zayn guy. I've been very vocal on Wells Mania podcast that anybody but Sami Zayn. I did not want to pick him to win the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match at Saturday night's main event, but the writing was on the wall for him to win that match, and that's exactly what happened. So when he goes to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, his country of Saudi Arabia, he's going to have home court advantage over there versus Drew. But I've never rooted for Drew more in my life than I will be rooting for Drew to just absolutely Claymore kick the hell out of Sami Zayn. So to play off of what you're saying, then Sami enters the Rumble to try to win the Rumble.
Yes.
And if him and Jey get into it in the Rumble and it leads to a feud with both of those guys heading into Las Vegas, I think that's really good for both of them. But I'll be rooting for Jey Uso hardcore. Anybody but Sami Zayn.
That's really funny. I feel like Sami Zayn's been getting hate lately. And I don't want to be personalized takes. I don't hate Sami Zayn the guy. I just don't like the direction of his character.
He's boring.
I feel like when you had him win, it's a little stale. I'll be honest with you. I think his wrestling is obviously some of the best on the roster. I don't think anyone will fight me on that. But his character is just like Kevin Owens is likable. I feel like he does everything with reason and rationale. Sami Zayn, it's just like he's trying to be the goody two shoes good guy, and sometimes
he's
it doesn't
whiny
work.
Crybaby, and it's like, bro, just go out there and speak with your actions. Stop talking. Whenever you talk, you just come off as this whiny little crybaby bitch. Just go out there and just wrestle and actually prove that you do belong in the main event scene by beating people with your physicality and your actions. Because as long as he's on the mic talking and trying to get sympathy from the crowd, he's just coming off as an annoying little kid that's not getting the toy that he wants at Toys R Us. I mean, that's how Sami Zayn is coming off.
Yeah, you took the words right from my mouth.
This episode sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better.
Hey, if anyone does want to sponsor me, this podcast is sponsored by nobody. Shout out to EJ, but Ernie Johnson on TNT. If you know, you know.
Ernie Johnson here, TNT, NBA on TNT, Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, we love him inside the NBA. They were back recently on TV. Speaking of the NBA, there has been injury after injury after injury to so many talents lately and so many superstars. And I'm just wondering, are sports nowadays becoming just so modern and so fast that athletes' bodies literally can't hang up? Because I feel like with recent years, we have all these kids in these AAU tournaments. I think you're familiar at least what they are. Yeah. These weekends where you have these sports teams legitimately playing 10 to 20 games as damn, you're beating yourself up as a kid. Now you're an adult, you're injured. So all these new guys keep getting fucking injured. So do you ever think we find a way to balance that out? Because there's no reason that 22-year-old should be dealing with ACL tear or an Achilles strain or tear because the kid's been fucking playing basketball, football, or any other sport since he was 5.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a really good point. Athletes start at a very early age, especially competitive athletes. Like back in my day, yes, AAU was a thing, but it was nowhere near what it is now compared to back then when I was growing up. It's only exploded even more. So I'm really looking forward to my son when he gets old enough to get into sports, because he's got so many more opportunities to get better and to play at the highest level of competition. I'm not saying I didn't have that growing up, but it just kind of wasn't on the forefront like it is now. But it's a really good point you bring up there. These kids are starting out at a very early age, and they've got to condition their bodies to be in great physical shape however early they start. Like, if it were up to me, I would have got into the gym a whole hell of a lot sooner than I did. I did play basketball in high school, believe it or not, but I wasn't
Wells from three.
Dude, I was a good shooter, and I was a good defender and hustle guy. You need everybody like that people like that on the teams. But I didn't get good until later on in life, when I started going to the gym and like taking really good care of my body. That's when I really started to blossom as an athlete. But at that point, I'm already out of school. I'm not going to college to play basketball. So these kids start young, but it sucks, man. It's part of the game. Injuries they're always going to be there when you put yourself on that level of athleticism and competition. Injuries, unfortunately, are part of the game. It sucks, though, because I saw this the other day.
We had George Kittle, Mahomes. We had Bo Nix injured. So many top guys, important players in this postseason keep getting fucking injured. I was like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, you see Jared Stidham in the AFC Championship game.
Oh my god,
for the Broncos, and it's like
that was a rough watch.
So many people are like,
the Patriots.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's such an easy. Yeah, the Patriots had such an easy path to the goddamn Super Bowl. And listen, if you're a Patriots fan, if you're an NFL fan, tell me I'm lying. You know I'm not, because I did not fear at one point that the Patriots were going to lose, because it was just like, damn, you're playing the Texans, the Chargers. Like, the Chargers, I don't would have beaten the Patriots barely, but you saw they had like 3 or 4 worst guys at that position in football. And I've never seen that in my life, where it legitimately had 42 of 42, 39 of 39, 37 of 37. I'm like, y'all couldn't have got one guy to bump up a spot?
Yeah.
You're that bad?
Man.
And it's like, bro,
who saw the Patriots going to the Super Bowl at the beginning of this NFL season?
Some people did. There was a plus 8,000 bet I saw. Plus 8,000.
I wish I would have taken that bet.
Dude, put $10 on that. That's like 800 right there.
That gets you a ticket to a WWE show for $800.
There you go. You could get section 400 WrestleMania.
Yeah.
One night only.
That's what I said.
$800.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, for anybody going to Las Vegas this year for WrestleMania, Aiden, I sat in the 400 level, not that bad seats. You are up there, but there are people even higher than you. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So
I feel like for me, my goal is to be semi-level with the stage. I don't have to sit on the floor. I don't really care to sit on the floor personally. My goal is to hopefully try to find a cheaper seat in that 100 section. If I got to go up a little bit, that's okay with me. I can live with myself, but we'll see what happens when we get closer to Vegas. So we still have 2-3 months to go, give or take. A little less than 3 months.
I'm excited that you're going.
Dude, I can't believe I'm going. Speaking of the other things the podcast talk about, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to WrestleMania this year. I have my travel booked. We have everything booked.
I ruined the surprise.
You didn't ruin the surprise. I was going to say it anyway. You gave me an opportunity. You basically threw me the lob. I caught it and I slammed it down. Announcing that, I am going to WrestleMania. So I hope to see as many different people. If you're watching this video, you're going to Las Vegas. We'll probably meet. Hopefully we do meet. I want to try to meet as many different people, creators, friends that I have. There's a lot of people I know will be there that I might not get the chance to see for a long time before or after. So I'm going to try to make the most of the opportunity. I'm going there for one day. I think it's total technically 7 days, because we're going from a Wednesday to a Tuesday. I think that somehow results in 7 days or so. But we're going to be there a week pretty much. And it's like, holy shit, I've never traveled by myself like that. So I'm super excited.
Booked your hotel yet?
Yes, we have the hotel. We have the flights. We don't have the Mania tickets yet. We're going to wait till it gets closer, because they're going to go down. They will. And
if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to say on record, but what hotel are you staying at?
on the record, I don't even remember what hotel we're staying at. Felix booked it.
Keep it secret. Keep it secret. Because I was going to recommend 2 hotels just because I was there last year. My wife and I stayed at Park MGM, which is a great hotel. It's a smoke-free hotel out there in Vegas.
Like, I don't smoke, drink.
You would love Park MGM, and it's right on top of the T-Mobile Arena where they're going to have SmackDown and Raw and NXT. But if you're looking for a hotel that is, this is for anybody out there watching that's going to Vegas. If you're looking for a hotel that is closer to Allegiant Stadium, Mandalay Bay is your best hotel because you are going to have to walk across the bridge, and Aiden, you'll experience this firsthand because everything is on the opposite side of where Allegiant Stadium is. You have to go over a bridge, but here's the kicker. You can't drive. So the taxis are going to drop you off at Mandalay Bay, and you'll have to walk over this bridge. So my advice is just stay at Mandalay Bay. That way you can save money on Uber, Lyft, and a taxi and just walk right over the bridge.
So I do. My friend, he is renting a car out, so that should hopefully save us some troubles here and there. But obviously, I am anticipating some walking. Now, being semi-athletic as I am, I feel like I can handle a little bit of the walking. But we're gonna figure out how it goes in Las Vegas. Walking sucks. I hate Disney. And I went to Disney, and it was miserable because I could not stand walking everywhere.
You're gonna get your steps in Vegas, brother.
Oh yeah. Listen, Las Vegas, I'm hitting 240. I'm at 250 right now, hovering in the lower to middle of 250. So we might be hitting 240 at WrestleMania, depending on how much walking we're doing. But we're gonna figure that out.
Isn't that Vegas heat? Absolutely.
Oh fuck! I hate the heat. Now, as long as it's not Texas heat, I'm okay with it. Because Texas is dry, hot, and gross.
You'll be okay.
Hate that.
We went.
I hope so.
Last year, the weather in Vegas was perfect for WrestleMania time. Like it was absolutely beautiful. So hopefully this year the weather will be like it was last year. But I'm glad you brought up that you and your buddies are renting a car because you're going to need a car to go to WWE World because it is
I also have that ticket for 5 days.
Way on the other side from the strip. So you're going to need a car to get to WWE World. But dude, I am so hyped that you are going to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Yep. We will run it back.
It's the third WrestleMania I will have ever attended. I've attended WrestleMania 29 and WrestleMania 40. So I can't believe that we're actually going to be at another WrestleMania. Me and Felix. What's funny is I went to WrestleMania 29. He went to WrestleMania 30. I went to WrestleMania 40. He went to WrestleMania 41. So now we're finally at the same WrestleMania.
There you go.
1 year apart, twice. Not just once. The fact that happened twice. It's crazy. But
it was meant to be. Shout out to Felix.
It was meant to be. Absolutely. Shout out to the Wrestling Fanatic 124. But to continue this conversation, I want to talk about a little bit of TNA. Now, have you watched TNA, its rendition on AMC in recent weeks?
I have not. So here's the thing about me, Aiden, and you know this, but your viewers might not know this about me. I'm basically a loyal WWE guy. Like I watch pretty much nothing but WWE.
They're not comment WWE tribalist in the comments.
I know. But here's the thing. I'm not the kind of guy who bashes AEW, whereas some of you AEW fans bash WWE. I don't operate that way. If you like what you like, and I'm never going to tell you what to watch and what not to watch. AEW just isn't my thing. Although I did say this on a couple episodes of Wells Mania podcast ago, I am going to give AEW a chance this year. I'm going to try to tune in.
I think you should because it's on. The good thing is it's on Max. And it's easy. I feel like it's something you can just throw on. You don't have to necessarily lock in too much. You got to pay attention to some things just to keep up with the stories. But they have a lot of great talents over there. There's enough WWE faces that you'll remember. I feel like helps bring that connection, which I feel like for a lot of wrestling fans is important because when you just have a brand new company, when you don't have those memorable, faces that were on the mainstay TV, it's not inviting. It feels like, I don't know if I really want to learn all these different names. When you have a John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, we have other superstars like Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin's there, Bryan Danielson's doing commentary every now and then. We have Tony Storm, people who the WWE universe, WWE fans have seen. It makes it a lot easier trying to switch over and watch both. Because for me, I watch both. I do watch WWE. I watch AEW. I've been starting to watch TNA lately. I'm trying to watch it regularly. One of my favorite wrestlers, Lana Black's there, so that one is a big reason. But I'm trying to do my best to watch every single week.
Now, I am excited that TNA is on AMC. I think that's a really awesome deal for them, and I feel like the more exposure that TNA gets, the better it will be, especially when you get on a big network like AMC. AMC, notoriously known for The Walking Dead. I was a big Walking Dead guy, so I watched AMC every Sunday when The Walking Dead was on. So if I can get back into that mentality to tune into TNA on AMC like I did when The Walking Dead was on AMC, then I feel like it'll sucker me in.
100%. Now, it is a little late. It is a little late for you. So I know Father Time might be kicking your butt a little bit with that one, but
that is true. The earlier start times, the better. That's why I'm really looking forward to the Royal Rumble being at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So
you can go to bed with the baby at 8 o'clock, bro.
And he is, man. My wife has our son on a strict schedule. Bath time is at 6, feeding is after, and then put him right to bed. Hopefully he's going down, but kids are very unpredictable, man. Very unpredictable.
Yeah. Definitely 100%. The kids can be crazy. Now, how has Father Time been in the past couple of months? Last time I spoke to you, I think it was earlier on the announcing. I don't want to say that we announced it when it was on my podcast. I feel like I announced it, or you announced it when I was there. Am I correct on that one?
I can't remember where I went publicly and announced that we were having a kid. I don't recall. It's been so long. But
I remember, I don't remember, like, you mentioned it to me earlier on in the podcast. I was like, oh, and now your son is what?
Almost 3 months.
4 months old? 3 months.
He'll be 3 months in February. And dude,
okay,
when they tell you that the newborn stage goes by fast, they are not lying to you. I'm literally watching him grow by the day. And he has grown so much over these past almost 3 months. It's incredible, man. It's a really cool sight to see, but it's also kind of sad too, because you're like, oh my God, he's not the little baby that we brought home from the hospital anymore.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, if it goes that well and you want to get baby number 2,
that is always an option. Hoping for a girl for baby number 2, just so my wife doesn't feel like she'll be outnumbered. So
100%. Now, I will say, from my mother's experiences of her telling me this, it's a lot easier raising boys. It's a lot easier.
It's been pretty simple. I mean, he's pretty easy. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good kid. But like I said, he's only not even 3 months old. So I'm sure the craziness has yet to really unfold.
Now, I have a big question. It might be a little early on, but I feel like the fans are wanting to know. Who's Baby Well's favorite wrestler?
Oh, man, he loves the girls. He is so infatuated on the women wrestlers. It's so weird. You don't know what's going on in his little mind, but dude, whenever the women are on, he is locked and laser focused. Like the Becky Lynch Maxine Dupree match that just happened not too long ago. He couldn't stop. He couldn't stop watching it. He was lasered in on it. And then once the match was over, he turned his head and I'm like, what's going on in there? How are you doing this?
Hey, listen, it's not just Sports Illustrated saying it. Theo's saying it too. He loves Becky Lynch.
He does. I think Becky Lynch might be his favorite wrestler. And what I've also learned is newborns are drawn to the color red. So
yeah,
Becky Lynch has that orange reddish hair. She wears red gear. Any of the women's wrestlers who wear red,
Roxanne and Liv just had red gear the other day, so it's very possible.
He was all about that match as well. Let's see here. Can you see this little guy?
I can't see nothing. Camera's not working. Remember?
Oh man, Aiden can't see you because the cameras aren't working.
No.
But he's on. He is on. And he spit it up all over me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no. We'll have to show that somewhere on the screen. Actually, you guys will see it because it's technically on video. So you will. I can't see it yet. I'll see it in post-production. Hopefully it ends up being pretty good. Sounds fun. Sounds good. We'll see it on video. You can't see it now, but we'll see it.
That is fatherhood right there, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're not.
There you go.
This probably won't air, but
we're back on the air now. I think we're back on the air. I wrote down the time, so we'll have to work on that editing. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. The AIDAN ACHONG experience, where you experience real life things, such as your mother coming in the vacuum and baby spitting up on you. You get it all.
You do.
You see it all.
That is the AIDAN ACHONG experience. You never know what you're gonna get.
100%
down here.
Yeah.
I just don't get all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah, we're keeping it PG over here because
Talking about him watching the girl wrestlers.
yeah. Well, Aiden asked who his favorite wrestler was, and I said he likes the girls.
He likes girls.
Big fan of Becky Lynch.
Absolutely. You know what you gotta do, right? For you gotta have to eventually get him a Becky Lynch shirt.
I do plan on once he gets a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
because dude,
once the growing is not as frequent, I feel like you can start getting him some wrestling stuff.
He's growing out of his diapers quick. He's growing out of his.
Now I will say, I hope you've at least got him one wrestling shirt or onesie at least.
He's got a John Cena one that he hasn't grown into yet. I was hoping that they would have had the size so that way he could have wore it for John's last match, but it's okay.
You could throw it on. It could have been a dress.
Right, he would have been swimming in it, but he'll be able to fit in that pretty soon. It's a 3 to 6 months, and like I said, he's almost 3 months. So
there you go. Every kid's different. Like I think I grew fast. My brother grew fast. My other brother grew a little slower. So it's really hit or miss.
I just hope he's taller than me. That would be awesome.
Standing at 5'5", Kyle Wells.
I hope not, man, because I'm 5'10". My wife's 5'2".
5'10's not even bad, bro. You're not like you're short. Relax.
It just because I'm so used to playing basketball with taller guys, and I was usually one of the smaller guys on the court. But I made up for it in my strength, Aiden.
There you go. Big numbers, big gym time.
I'm like a big 5'10". Like I'm not one of those little 5'10" scrawny guys. I'm like
There's little 5'10s. There's big 5'10s. Then there's Wells Mania, brother.
Yeah, mega 5'10".
That's a big Mondo assumption there.
Mega Mondo, man, he is larger than life. That's for sure. And
it's been a while since people have seen him. I think people are wondering if he might have retired. I've heard he's in Saskatchewan over there hunting some deer. But
yeah, he's just been in the jungle, man. He'll come back. 2026, Mondo will return to the ring. Be on the lookout. You never know. He might pop in a federation
near a city near you.
Exactly.
But okay, one thing I want to continue this conversation. We have a couple more things we're going to talk about before we end here. AJ Styles. There's a good likelihood we're entering the last week of AJ. Tonight could be the last ever Monday Night Raw of AJ Styles as an active competitor. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's over? And do you want to see him continue to wrestle for a couple more months? Or are you content if this Saturday is possibly his last match with Gunther?
I'm content because, everybody's going to, now that we got the John Cena farewell tour, everybody's going to want a farewell tour for superstars that are on their way out. John Cena is in a league of his own. We're probably not going to get another farewell tour like that. So for me, it just makes sense. If we are going to book Gunther as the career killer, then he needs to retire AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. I know that a lot of people are probably like, wow, that is way too soon. It doesn't matter. It's about the exclamation point that we are putting on Gunther. This isn't about AJ Styles. This is about Gunther. So the fact that AJ had a match with Shinsuke and the way that AJ acted after, that was your curtain call for AJ Styles. That was him saying goodbye on his own terms. I mean, I'm not saying that him losing to Gunther, he probably will agree to that because he's ready to be done. So having Gunther beat AJ Styles to kick off 2026 really continues that career killer momentum, because then you're like, oh my God, who is Gunther going to retire next? And it becomes this thing that just keeps evolving and growing and growing. And call me crazy, but earlier when you asked me who do I think's going to win the Rumble, don't rule out Gunther either to win the Royal Rumble.
Not impossible. It's not a bad one. It just depends on who's champion, because I don't think they'll necessarily run Punk Gunther back. Not that it was a bad match. I liked the match. I was there for it. But I don't know if that's necessarily the Mania match. I think actually he's probably going to face Brock Lesnar. I think it's a very strong case if they want to run that match at WrestleMania. I can see it happening in Minneapolis, but I think it all depends on what the hell they want to do with Braun Breaker and a Brock Lesnar potential match, because I feel like that's a match we're also going to get coming up to WrestleMania and SummerSlam time. So those are two different directions I feel like WWE could take that feud in. But I feel like with AJ Styles, we still have... I feel like there's a little bit more to be desired. Now, I'm not saying he has to really prove anything to anyone. He's had a phenomenal career, no pun intended. But I just feel like we could have had, if, including him in the WrestleMania build, I feel like it's something that could and should happen. I feel like, whether, like, in a perfect world, I'm booking his retirement somewhere in the summer in Paris. Whether it's on Monday Night Raw, whether it's like a little pay-per-view or a Saturday Night's Main Event, some type of deal they can do. I feel like Paris is a crowd that really has been behind AJ Styles. Have him have one big last match there, and you run it off. That's it. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if it were to be like a Raw on Netflix and you did like the whole last hour commercial free, where it's, AJ Styles is retiring, no commercials, no bullshit, you get to see this match like it's a pay-per-view, that'd be cool. And I don't really think there's a problem with it. I feel like doing it at the Rumble, especially, like, the problem is, how do you book the Royal Rumble show? Do you have it kick off the show? Like, how do you kick off a show with AJ Styles just being retired?
I think you kick the Rumble off with AJ versus Gunther. And then you can have Gunther enter the Rumble to close out the night. Not necessarily having him win, but you definitely have Gunther set the bar for the night or the afternoon, depending on where you're at in the world.
But do you
watching.
think that takes away from the crowd? Because I feel like my gut tells me the women's Rumble probably kicks off the show. And then you probably end it with the men's. I feel like the men's just has a lot of stars this year. And I feel like the winner is definitely going to be a big one. But, like, putting Gunther and AJ in the middle of the card, it could really make the crowd fall flat, especially if they're all sad that AJ Styles is gone.
That's why I think you kick off the show with AJ versus Gunther, and then you can have the women's Rumble next, and then you can have another match in between the two Rumbles.
It's Drew Sammy.
Drew Sammy, thank you. I was like, what match am I spacing there? It's because
that's a really tough card to pace, to be honest with you. I don't know how I would pace the card, because I feel like they've been doing this little thing where they do Rumble, match, Rumble, or Rumble, match.
I hope they stagger it this year. Do something different.
I mean, listen, if you kick it off and end it with the Rumble, I'm okay with it too, as long as the winners are good and you pick good people to win them. I think ending the night with the Royal Rumble pay-per-view or match makes sense at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I just hope they book it well, because if you book AJ Styles retiring in a really deflating way, people are not going to be happy. It's going to be really hard to back off that. So I do hope AJ Styles does continue to wrestle just a little longer. I hope he gets the win, but
if he beats Gunther, I feel like that really just derails Gunther. Like,
I don't think so. I think it's the way he loses. I don't think he needs to beat him clean. Like, just a fucking flat on his back in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
If AJ does get help, then if he could extend his career just a little bit longer.
I don't even say help. I would think maybe a roll up, or Gunther tries to play cocky and act like he's tough shit, and then he loses because he does that. He consistently has made that mistake throughout his career. He loses those big matches when he gets cocky and he thinks he's better than the other guy, like Cole-handedly, and then he gets beat. Yeah. So I feel like that's something you could do where he just thinks he has AJ right there. AJ outsmarts him, gets the win, and it's like, all right, boom. And hell, I'm not even opposed to the fact if they later want to run it back and then Gunther retires him. I just don't want to see it this early.
Yeah, but man, when you put the career-threatening match on the line this early in the year, I just feel like Gunther has to win. If he's the career killer, he has to win this match. But I guess it just depends on AJ. If AJ's ready to hang it up, then he's probably going to be like, all right, yeah, Gunther, let's go. Put him over. I don't care. That's my AJ Styles impression. It's terrible.
AJ Styles. I want to make a joke, but I can't.
Trying to get that southern accent going, but then I don't know who I'm sounding like right now. Not AJ.
Not phenomenal one. AJ Styles.
But I don't know, man. Just the way that AJ beat Nakamura, just the fact that we even got that match on the Saturday night's main event card.
Dude, that match. Let's talk about that for 1 second real quick, because that match was a banger, bro. I was expecting to be okay. I was like, all right, we'll run back to classic, have a little bit of fun. I didn't expect it to be as hard hitting and like genuinely like really locked in as I was. I was like, damn, this is really fucking good shit. These guys locked in, put on a banger on their way out. The match they probably should have had at WrestleMania 34, they had here. And I feel like it almost made up for it in a way.
You're not wrong. They put on a classic. Nice, like I said, nice send-off for AJ Styles. In my opinion, that's kind of what it just felt like. Okay, let's give AJ his last win before he loses to Gunther, and let's put him up against, I don't know, somebody that he's got great in-ring chemistry with, Shinsuke Nakamura, because where the hell's Nakamura been, you know? He kind of randomly showed up backstage and stared down AJ. So to me, it's like AJ handpicked who do you want to wrestle at Saturday night's main event for your last match that you're going to win before Gunther retires you. That's how I felt.
Yep, 100%. I definitely totally agree with that whole little look on the match and look at both those superstars, because again, Shinsuke is almost done. We know his time's probably coming up, which I was actually watching the 2018 Rumble last night. It feels weird, like 2018, that's only 8 years ago. He was the new kid on the block, and now he's the old man on his way out, and it's like, wow, time blows by fast, bro. Dude, I was in high school when he was in that Rumble.
What if just thought of this. So AJ confronted Gunther after Gunther retired Cena. What if Shinsuke Nakamura confronts Gunther after Gunther retires AJ Styles, and then Gunther retires Shinsuke Nakamura? What if Shinsuke is the next victim?
It wouldn't be insane to think about. Now, I think you have to space these out a bit, because I just feel like you can't have 27 guys' careers end all at Gunther. I feel like that's just wasted material and wasted opportunity to other superstars to get put over and get that rub of retiring a great. And I just feel like Gunther should get a couple. I don't want to see him get every superstar known to man now, because then it's going to get boring and old. Yeah. Like Randy Orton, the Legend Killer. He didn't take out the whole roster. He took out like 5 dudes. Mick Foley, Undertaker. Those are 2 guys he had like really big stuff with and took out, whether it was permanently or temporarily, took them out. I know he had some stuff where he did that thing with Mae Young. He did something with Sergeant Slaughter, but it wasn't like over the top ridiculous at the same time. I don't think you have to do it with Gunther either. I think AJ Styles, if you do this, it sets a precedent. And if you do it with Brock, I think that's good. I really don't think you have to do more, but you can.
I agree. If you're strategic, because you don't want it to become, overkill, no pun intended.
Because then people are it's gonna have go away heat, not like, oh, boo you heat, boo, like I don't want to see you on my screen heat.
If you did it so let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you did it at the Big Four. So he's going to retire AJ at the Rumble.
Yes.
And then he'll retire somebody at WrestleMania, whoever's ready to be on their way out.
I definitely think we're getting the SummerSlam Brock retirement. I think that for sure happens.
That definitely, the writing's on the wall. It's in Minnesota, Brock Lesnar country, the first ever 2-night.
You know what's crazy? Brock Lesnar country, where he's certainly not going to get booed. No. And somehow they're going to find a way to get Gunther cheered, which will completely ruin everything. Because it's like, damn, people are going to be happy about it. So why you're not the career killer? It's like, yeah, let's go, Gunther.
And who would think this? Brock taps to Gunther. That's insane.
I don't think Brock's ego would let him do that. To be honest,
probably not.
I'm gonna take the under on a possible Brock tap out there, but I could see him getting pinned possibly by Gunther. I think that's a banger match to happen. I feel like both they can still go. I think it would be fun to see, but
you got to think
there's a lot that can happen between now and WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
Exactly, and like, what does Brock have left to do? I mean, the guy literally has done everything.
He ain't win no more championships. It'll never happen again. I could put the house on it. He'll never win another championship.
No, he doesn't need to. So it's like where Brock is now, it's time for him to start putting over these younger guys. If we get Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker, I think you hinted at that earlier. That's a WrestleMania match, in my opinion. Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar. And then you have Brock Lesnar versus Gunther at SummerSlam. I think that's a good way to go out for old Brock Lesnar.
100%. I feel like it's a very storybook ending for a career. You know, whether you like Brock Lesnar or not, I'm just thinking of who could get a rub off of retiring of Brock Lesnar, and I think that's Gunther. I think it makes sense for him, and I think retiring such a legend in the business for his accolades alone, it would do so much for him.
Yeah,
and I still, even with all this, Gunther's never going to be the marquee, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if he could be that consistent guy who's always at the top of the card that you'll probably remember after the show, but you're never necessarily going to buy the ticket to go see him, I think it's a cool win.
Yeah, and especially, it just depends on who his opponent is, you know?
Yes.
Like, if you have Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, that to me is a main event match. I mean, that screams
I think, depending on whose opponent, it could easily main event. I just don't think you're ever going to see a match where Gunther's the bigger star in the main event of like a SummerSlam. It'll never happen. Right. I don't think it'll ever happen. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm not hating Gunther on it. I just don't see the world where WWE treats Gunther as the bigger star in a match. I feel like he's someone who could always hold his own, and if not, step up to the plate with someone like a CM Punk at SummerSlam. I feel like that one made sense. That worked. Where he faced Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, that was fine because he could step up to Cody Rhodes' level. I don't see where it's like, oh, Javon Evans is stepping up to Gunther's level. That's the main event. I don't ever see that. No, I feel like if we do see that, it would be the perfect like soulmate wrestling where it's Ilya Dragunov and Gunther in the main event. That's something I could see because I feel like both of those guys' talent and story alone would be able to carry them to a main event spot.
Oh yeah, it just depends on who he matches up with. Is where he will be out on the card. But yeah, man, I'm excited for what we are going to see this Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I mean, that's the beauty of the Royal Rumble is like you just never know who is going to win this thing. And that's why we love the Royal Rumble.
Yes, I cannot wait to see everybody's picks. You know, cue the, that's my pick, Jerry Lawler, that's my pick. And he changed it 72 times.
I'm going with Bossman. He's going to win.
Knight and Liv Morgan. Yep, everybody. El Torito. That's my pick, El Torito.
I like this guy. He's my pick to win, man.
I do have one final question to ask before we wrap up here on the return episode of the AIDAN Experience. Now, we're heading to WrestleMania. This is maybe a two-part question. Where do you see both world titles for the men and the women heading into WrestleMania going? Like, who do you think could possibly fight for these championships going into it?
Man, that's a really good question because this far out, it definitely feels like whoever wins the Rumble, obviously they get that championship match. So I feel like it's Liv Morgan versus fill in the blank. Who will be the champion at WrestleMania? And like vice versa, Roman Reigns versus fill in the blank at WrestleMania. Now, granted,
so you think we can have a title change between now and WrestleMania for those titles?
Possibly, but if I were booking who I would have as the champs, I'm going to give Drew McIntyre a nice little run here with the world heavyweights, or I'm sorry, with the undisputed WWE title heading into Mania. I think Drew has earned it. He's finally at the top after coming up short so many times. I think Drew McIntyre should be the undisputed champ heading into WrestleMania. So now the question is, do we have the Rumble winner take on Drew? So do I have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania?
Bloodline Hunter, they were running that story last year and then they just gave up on it, which I think is a missed opportunity. I feel like you still can go back on it and you could do Roman Drew.
I think so too. And that to me would be a big WrestleMania match. Roman versus 100%. Drew McIntyre.
Now if that happens, I'm booking Drew to win that match. I'm not joking. I'm fully booking Drew McIntyre to beat Roman Reigns.
That would be, man, that would be big. Because I think for whatever reason, it just feels like if Roman does win the Rumble, he's winning the title at Mania. I mean,
I don't know.
Roman Reigns has become Mr. Main Event at WrestleMania. I mean, he's surpassed Hulk Hogan as the main event guy for Mania. So anytime Roman Reigns is in the main
You think
event,
anyone could ever pass that record? You think anyone in history of wrestling could even top that?
I guess it just depends on what we're doing with guys like Braun Breaker and Austin Theory, the younger guys that have all the potential in the world. Like, I think Braun Breaker has the opportunity to become that next.
Oba Femi. Don't sleep on Oba.
That's another guy who could win the Rumble. Like, why the hell not? Like, have Oba Femi just win the Rumble. Why not? Make a statement right off the there.
Yep.
Okay, look at this. Oba Femi wins the Rumble and takes on Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE title at WrestleMania.
Not a bad match. Not a bad match. You have so many guys who can win.
This is what happens, Aiden. I just start like fantasy booking in my head. As far as the women go, it's kind of like, what match do you want to see at WrestleMania? Like, if you have Bianca Belair win the Women's Rumble, do you have her take on
Clearly, it's
Jade Cargill at WrestleMania?
The problem with that is, like, I feel like if you do have Bianca win, it ruins all your hype up and build because you already fucking know the match is going to happen. Nothing's going to shock you. So I feel like you could add something. If you were going to have Bianca Jade, have her win the chamber or something, or just have her fuck straight out face her.
Yeah. But as far as like Liv Morgan goes, I do think that she's going to win the Women's Rumble. So
I think she has to. I feel like a Liv loss is detrimental for her career. Not that she going to crumble or anything, but like, it's just going to be such a, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's going to be literally be like a, how do you not do that?
And she's so over right now. Liv Morgan's so over that.
I think we get that face turn before WrestleMania. I think we get the proper face turn right before Mania. Yeah. That way at WrestleMania, the whole crowd's behind her. Everyone wants to see her win. She finally becomes the top champion. And she holds it for a long, significant reign.
She never lost the title, Aiden. So,
well, she did.
Liv's got
the tag title.
Yeah. Liv's got that chip on her shoulder to get.
Hey, Q Vince McMahon, fucking people are gonna be like, oh, nobody gives a shit about the tag titles.
Ugh, no, I'm talking about the women's world title.
She did lose it. She lost it to Rhea Ripley at the Netflix show.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, she fully lost that. I know. I was gonna say I knew you were thinking of the other one, but no, she definitely did lose it. But
then she needs to get it back.
Reclaim her gold. Yes, and I want a proper reign that's not just a Rhea Ripley feud.
Yeah, I mean, I think the easy match is Rhea versus Liv, but geez, that's been played out so much.
We know we cannot run that back anytime soon. We cannot. They are young enough to wait 3 years to run it back. We can do Liv and Io. Get Kendall Gray up on the main roster. Let Kendall Gray fight Liv Morgan. Give me Candice LeRae and Liv Morgan. Let's give some of these other women opportunities. Maxine Dupree and Liv Morgan could be a good match.
Maxine Dupree.
Hell, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan in their current forms. Oh my God, Cook.
There's your WrestleMania match right there.
Literally, I would sign up for that. Now it's going to be Becky and AJ Lee. I think that's almost like not just confirmed, just like everyone knows, but
yeah, I think AJ Lee will probably be in the Women's Rumble if I had to guess, as a surprise entrant. That's another thing I really love about the Royal Rumble, or the surprise.
Last question.
Entrance.
I will, and this is leading what you're saying. Who is a surprise? Name me one surprise entrant that's not been on the roster this year.
For the Men's Rumble, I am going with Chris Jericho.
Okay.
I think that the last time we saw Chris Jericho was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So that'd be a nice little full circle moment to bring him back. The last time we saw him, the next time we see him, it's like, yeah, so many years have gone by, but it's Chris Jericho, man. He Y2J, baby. So I just feel like he's a big name that could be a surprise entrant in the Men's Rumble. And then as far as the Women's Rumble, AJ Lee.
Yep. That's fair. That's valid. For me, I'm going to go with Powerhouse Royce Keys. I believe that's going to be his name coming into WWE. They changed it from Hobbs to Royce Keys. I believe his son's name is Royce. So I really feel like that's a cool sentimental touch to add your son's name as your WWE name. But I feel like we can just, because you can redo the theme song, Powerhouse Royce Keys. The name, the moniker is right there. Powerhouse. I'm
excited for Powerhouse Hobbs. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of AEW, but I am very familiar with who he is. So, and I think a guy like that will thrive in WWE. And yes, 100%. I agree with you, Aiden. Put him in the Rumble. Why the hell not?
let's see what happens. But that's all we got for this episode of the AIDAN ACHONG Experience. Wells, I appreciate you coming out, taking your time. We're fully back. This will not be on a regular same day every week type of biz. This is basically going to be whenever I'm able to every single week, film out an episode. We're going to try to get them out. We might have some weeks where we get 3 episodes. We might have some weeks where we get 1. It really depends on my availability, other people's availability, and just what's happening in the world of sports, pro wrestling, and other things, my life, and just things in general. So I hope you all enjoyed. Wells, I'm going to let you shout out all your platforms so where people can find you right now. I'll put them on the screen. Wells, platform is yours.
Well, Aidan, thank you so much for having me on your return episode of the AIDAN ACHONG Experience, which all of you better subscribe. You can follow me.
Free.
It's free. Yeah, I can't express it enough that, if you follow and subscribe, it costs you nothing. And you'll be better because you did it. So think of it like that. You can find me on everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Wellsmania. The Wellsmania podcast streams on YouTube. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button.
Wellsmania podcast clips on TikTok. Don't forget.
Yes. Shout out to the Tribal Jester. He, it was an idea that had been brewing in my head for a while, but
I told you to do that a long time ago, but you can give him the credit.
No, you probably did, because I know that several people have said you should do a page all about your clips from your show. And I just finally got around to doing it. So that is up and running. Well, I don't know, man. TikTok's being really weird lately. So
it's been weird the past couple of days. So I hope things get back to normal. But
yeah,
make sure you guys follow
Wellsmania, baby. And you
everywhere.
can buy merch. BrainbusterTees.com. Go buy some merch.
There you go. Brainbuster Tees. You got all those different shirts. Boom, boom, boom. I might probably not going to put them on the screen, but just imagine they're there.
Yeah, you can see them now. BrainbusterTees.com. There's a fanny pack on there. Whoever buys the fanny pack, guaranteed spot on an upcoming episode of Wellsmania podcast. Just saying.
Interesting offer right there. You put it on Twitter or somewhere he can find it, you get on Wellsmania. So there you go. Interesting offer.
Aidan, enjoy the Rumble, brother. And I'll see you very soon.
Yeah. Hey, for those, well, actually, they're not going to see this till after yours. So, hey, guys, make sure you check out Wellsmania podcast. I may or may not be on there. I'm just saying. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Not making these wells, and we're out. Bang.